Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And before I get this video started, just a disclaimer, this is going to be a longer video. Lots to talk about in this video, lots of commentary. So grab your popcorn, your dinner, your lasagna, pizza, drink, whatever it is, and let's get this video started. So, got a great article here from Eli Blumenthal over at CNET. I will leave a link to it in the description, and I highly encourage you guys to check it out. So, we got some additional information. So, when I originally made the video, when I broke the news first, I did not have an idea, or at least on the document, it was not listed as to what unlimited plans would actually get the increase. And we now know which plans. So Verizon is raising prices on older unlimited plans by $4 per line per month. So that's the highest increase that Verizon has ever implemented per line. The last time that they updated these plans, it was a $3 increase per line. So I wanted to clarify that right off the bat. So the plans that are getting this increase, Verizon is raising prices on its 5G Get More, 5G Play More, 5G Do More, and 5G Start unlimited plans. The carrier confirmed to CNET that it will be introducing a $4 per line per month increase to users on those plans starting on March 1st. Now, there are two variants of these plans. It's the 5G Do More, and then there is a regular Do More. There is a 5G Get More, and then there's a regular Get More. So I'm positive that both variants will endure this increase. So earlier in the video, you guys heard me say that this is clearly a move to try and get people to migrate and rotate to the newer plans. And even though they're now implementing this is still going to take a while. The Get More plans had a lot of value baked in. A lot. So if you get the $4 increase, you have 4 lines. That's a $16 increase per month. You might eat that cost if you use all of the perks that are included. You might say, you know what, if I pay for all of these perks separately, I'm going to pay more than the $16 increase. That's how you might look at it. Or, again, you might look at it, you know what, I'm just going to downsize to a different plan, and then I'll pay for these separate, and I'll still save some money. So either way, you guys can do your research, but this is clearly a move to move people into the new My Plans. So was this absolutely necessary of Verizon to do at this point, at this juncture, just as they're supposedly gaining momentum into, now that Q4 is over, they're probably going to have some positive growth. They got momentum, right, going into Q1 perhaps, and now they slammed this price increase, the highest possible, the highest per line increase they've ever done, as far as I can remember. The timing isn't great, but whatever. Let them do what they want to do. If they fall flat on their faces, they fall flat on their faces. Whatever, right? It's only so much that I can do. You guys have heard me in content and videos a long time ago. I was very animated. I was upset. I was telling Verizon, you need to compete. And they haven't been competitive since then. Or they haven't been any more competitive since then. And now they don't have growth. So they just slap on these price increases so they can claim, hey, we got service revenue increases. We're increasing this, we're increasing that, which they will. And then they'll come out and say, judge us on this, judge us on that. And that's how they've been moving. But there's no real competitive move here. So what will end up happening, I fully anticipate this to create an even bigger churn bubble than the last churn bubble. There's too much competition. There's too many options out there. I've mentioned this in plenty of videos. There are many options out there to still be on the Verizon network and pay less. You can choose an MVNO. You can choose Mobile X. You can choose a cable player. You can choose Spectrum Charter. You can choose Straight Talk. Like I said, there are many options out there that are cheaper that still allow you to be on the Verizon network. If that's your biggest reason of being with Verizon is the network, there are plenty of other options out there for less where you can still be on the network. So here's one thing that I want to point out to you guys. I want to be very clear about this, and I want everyone to understand this. This is Verizon perhaps testing the waters. So the first line increase per line was $3. Now it's $4. I made a post about this on X. If this $4 per line increase doesn't result in a lot of backlash and an out of control churn, the next one we see might be $5 per line. So if you want to voice your opinion, if you want to complain, do so with your wallet. And I'll be very clear about that. You know, we can talk back and forth all day long in the comments. I can make videos bashing Verizon, complaining about it. We need to speak with our wallets. That's the only way that Verizon is going to change. If they all of a sudden see a port out ratio of like 4-to-1 to another carrier, they see 1.7, 1.8% churn, I guarantee you they're gonna think twice or three times the next time they want to implement that type of price increase. Guaranteed. So Verizon is still confident in their product and services, and it clearly shows by this price increase. As I've stated in the T-Mobile video, T-Mobile's customer is the most price conscious. The Verizon customer, completely different. They don't mind. They want to be on Verizon because they're on Verizon because of network, not price. So if it's a little more to remain in the same plan, same pricing, then so be it for most, right? There's still going to be some churn. I guarantee it. People are fed up with this. I've already seen comments. People are saying this is the last straw. I'm out. So yeah, Verizon's still confident in their product and services. But again, I will bring this up in this video. How much more better is their network today to warrant this type of price increase continuously? I mean, it happens now once a year. If it's not a direct price increase or a fee increase on an existing plan, it's a new plan that is more expensive and doesn't include the perks anymore, which we saw with the My Plan. So again, like I said, talk with your wallet. That's the way to mitigate this issue. Talk with the wallet. That's the way to do it. That is the way to resolve the problem. Look at T-Mobile. They had huge backlash on the forced migrations. What happened? They never did it. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. But as long as people continue to pay and churn doesn't spiral out of control too bad, Verizon will likely continue to raise price in the future. You know, it's 99% sure that's going to happen if, like I said, churn doesn't go crazy. So what's next here? What are we expecting now? Right, we got Q4 earnings next week from Verizon. They're likely going to be decent. And then we go into Q1, Q2, Q3, and we do it over again for 2024. So Verizon is clearly not going to have any momentum. Their Q1s are generally bad by history. Then you turn around and you got a big, massive, fat price increase starting March 1st, which is right at the end of Q1. So you take that price increase into Q2. So that's going to slow you down significantly. If it creates a churn bubble, and they will likely be asked about this at the earnings call next week. This is public now. It's going to make its rounds. Analysts are going to see this. They're going to change their estimates a bit. So the year is shot, in my opinion. You're going to have a rough you're going to have a bad Q1. You're going to have a rough Q2 because you're going to try to fight and mitigate people leaving because of the price increases. And then you're going to all of a sudden make up for that for the year in Q3 and Q4. Not going to happen. So 2024 for Verizon is shot. And I'll make a separate video on that, a bit of a shorter video. But 2024 for Verizon is shot. I don't need to have this fancy degree or be, looking at all of the census and estimates. I can tell you with confidence, just looking at how this is transpiring in the timing, 2024 is shot. Especially if T-Mobile does not pull a price lever on its wireless plans. If they keep it as is, they don't touch existing, they just introduce new Go 5G plans that are more expensive. If they leave it like that, Verizon's and AT&T too, right? They just barely increase their price by $1. Not a big deal, right? That's not going to be frowned upon. So again, all of the growth is going to go elsewhere except Verizon. The MVNOs will benefit from Verizon's move. The other MNO players will benefit from Verizon's move, except Verizon. Verizon makes moves that they don't benefit from. So it's just interesting, right? They'll benefit from a financial perspective because some will stay, some will pay more, and then all of a sudden, there's a little bit of ARPU, there's some service revenue percentage increases, but yet they're still not going to grow. They're still gonna lose massive market share on a national scale. And by the way, I'll be tracking that already starting now. And then we're gonna be back to square one, right? The network is not gonna significantly get better from this because they're not spending more. They told you the capex would come in at 17 to 17.5 billion, right? If Verizon came out and told us, okay, this price increase is going to result us spending $24 billion next year on capex, then I would fall off the couch. Then I would say, okay, oh snap, Verizon is going to go crazy on the network. But they're still spending the same amount of capex that they were going to spend this year, before this price increase. So no changes there. So again, I don't know what to make from this. I don't know anymore. It's not competitive. Verizon thinks they have a great offering. They still struggle to get people in the doors. They have a pricing perception, and this increase doesn't help it. So I don't know what to make of it. And then, like I said in the middle of the video, the network is not generally that much better versus the competition to where it warrants this price increase. And then they have to also deal with all of these other brands that are now in the market today that use their network. Yeah, it's deprioritized. Yeah, you have a lower priority, but you're still on the network with scale, with C-band, the best network by scientific testing. Even if you're on a deprioritized or lower QCI, whatever, you're still on that perceived and ranked best network, and you're paying less. Some people just really aren't into the networks that much, so they don't really care much for it, so they want to pay less. And then, like I said, T-Mobile now is good enough. So with T-Mobile, generally, right, for the Q1, they start off with the 20% insider discounts. They give it to the reps. So now, hey, maybe you can snatch a free line, a 20% insider discount, and boom, you got a better deal already on T-Mobile, cheaper than Verizon. The perks are still included in their plans. And then boom, you're on the 5G network. For now, the best, largest, fastest 5G network. And in my opinion, again, this is just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. It's good enough. It's not the overall best. It's not going to blow your socks off. But if you want to send a text, if you want to stream a little video, want to stream some content, want to stream some music, you can do it on T-Mobile. You can do it on AT&T. Heck, in some markets, you can even do that on Dish now. So again, I don't know what Verizon's thinking, right? But we have to take this and we have to analyze, review. Then I got to give you guys the commentary for 2024. If that happens again in 2025, I mean, we'll look at that. We'll review it. We'll see what that looks like in the future. But like I said, to close out the video, if you guys don't speak with your wallet, the next price increase is going to be higher than this price increase. So leave all your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.